guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back to another video. Today, we're here for round 11 tips for the 2023 NRL Telstra Premiership season. Accountability, yeah, look, terrible. I think I got like 5 out of 8. And there's the thing, I was like 3 from 3, and then I just got 2 of the last 4, you know. 2 of the last 6, I think, or 5. 2 of the last 5, something like that. Yeah, look. 43 out of like, I don't know, I've lost count. But yeah, not looking good this season, that's for sure. But yeah, we are here for our round 11 tips for the 2023 NRL Telstra Premiership season. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new around here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on TikTok, follow me at Hainsey_YT on Instagram as well. Thank you very much for your support, guys, and without further ado, let's get into the video.
Come on! Yeah!
Thursday night, it's the Melbourne Storm up against the Brisbane Broncos at Amy Park. It's 6 v 1st. Melbourne Storm coming off a disappointing loss to the South Sydney Rabbitohs. A little bit of a reality check, you could say, in their 28-6 loss to the Bunnies, while the Broncos, 32-6, back in the winner's circle, back on top of the ladder with their win over the Manly Seagulls on last Friday at Magic Ground. Storm $1.71, Broncos $2.15. This is in Melbourne. I'm leaning towards the Storm here. It's in Melbourne. Brisbane haven't really travelled this season. They've had a pretty easy run, so it gets harder for me. So I'm going to tip the Melbourne Storm 1-12 in a really tight game there on Thursday night. Second game, Friday, 6 p.m. at Call Stadium. It's the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs up against the New Zealand Warriors. Now the Bulldogs $2.25 v the Warriors $1.65, 15th v 11th. Another tough game to pick, actually. I am going to tip the Warriors here 1-12 up the Wars. I just feel like they were a bit unlucky against the Panthers. They really competed in that game. They scored the first try. Bulldogs, again, same thing. They were really into that game as well against the Raiders. Lost 34-30. They're showing a lot of guts, a lot of heart and soul at the club. Is it enough to get the job done? It's at home, at Core Stadium. It's a real tough one, this one. You know what? I'm changing it. I'm going the Bulldogs. I'm going the Bulldogs 1-12. I think the Bulldogs at home. Changed it there. I was going to go to Wars, but I'm going to Bulldogs 1-12. Into the main game of the weekend. It's the Penrith Panthers up against my boys, the Sydney Roosters. It is... Gee, where are Penrith sitting right now? Oh, it's 3rd v 8th. The Panthers $1.54 to the Roosters $2.50. Now, the Panthers coming off, like that. Speaking of that game, they got the job done over the Warriors, 18-6. Controversial, though, but they were back in the winner's circle. While my boys were dismal against the Cowboys, losing 20-6. Rain-infested Magic Round game, you know. Get to the last game, the second last game of the weekend, and the heavens opened up. I can see a result here for the Chooks. Obviously, back my boys in. I don't know where we go from here, though. It's a tough game against Penrith in Penrith. It's a tough ask, but not confident, but I've got belief that we can get the job done. If we can get the same team on paper that I want, Suaalii, Smith, Billy Smith in the centres, Joseph Manu, Paulo, Kieran Walker, with our forward pack, Angus Crichton is back onto the starting team because Egan Butcher's injured. I think we can trouble them. I am going to go the Roosters 1-12 here. I'm going to back my boys. I'll never tip anyone else. But the Roosters, it's a tough ask, but I reckon I've got a bit of belief. We got some belief that we can do it. Need a response from last week's results. I am going to go the Roosters 1-12. Into Saturday at Core Stadium, it's the South Sydney Rabbitohs up against the West Tigers. 2nd v 17th, $1.15 to the Rabbitohs, to the Tigers $5.50. Now, this game is similar to what I thought about between Tigers and Penrith 2 weeks ago. Or 3 weeks ago now. This is a game where it's going to be closer than people think. The Tigers have strung some wins together. They want 2 on the trot. There's some confidence in it, the Tigers. However, they are up against the informed team in the competition, South Sydney. They're humming right now. It's going to be a tough ask for the Tigers to win the win, but I think they can back up last week's performance and get it, and have a decent performance against South. It's not going to be enough to get the job done, I don't think. Would love to see it, but South Sydney is just too good at the moment. I think it'll be competitive. I think South Sydney will be too strong. I'm going to go 1-12 to the Rabbitohs. I just feel I don't have too much for the Tigers. I just don't think the Tigers will score enough points to beat them. Simple as that. I just don't think Souths are going to be hold to like 16, 14 points against the Tigers. Like the Tigers have been doing, 14-8 or something like that. 12-6, 14-8, something like that. 12-8. No, it was 12-8. They scored 12 points against... Then they scored 18 against the Dragons. They need to score more than that to beat South. So that's why I'm going to South. I just don't think they've got the points in them to beat them. Hopefully they do. We'll see what happens. Into the second Saturday game, North Queensland Cowboys up against the St. George Illawarra Dragons, 14th v 16th. Cowboys sold 60 to the Dragons 235. Now, this game is interesting because the Cowboys coming off a great win against the Roosters. You could argue that the Roosters played worse than the Cowboys played better, you could say. Nothing against them. They definitely did deserve the 2 points. But I'm just saying that nothing, the Roosters weren't great. Let's just say that. However, for the Cowboys, solid performance, back on track. It's an easy, winnable game, this one, against the Dragons. The Dragons have lost their last, 5 games by 13 or less, all up. So they've been in games, they just can't find a way to win it. They were close, but you've got to tip the Cowboys based on last week. Can they back it up? I think they can at home. Go Cowboys, 1-12. We go to Canberra, Saturday, 7:30. Raiders with the Eels at GIO Stadium, 9th v 13th. The Raiders $1.65 to the Eels, $2.35. The Raiders coming off a good win against the Bulldogs weren't convincing, but, they did enough. Parramatta, well, they had their chances to beat the Titans, but they couldn't take them, and it's been their season, so... And they've got a hoodoo in Canberra that don't really play there well. That's why I'm leaning towards the Raiders here. I think the Raiders will get the job done there over the Eels. Into Sunday, this is an interesting game. Newcastle Knights with the Gold Coast Titans. The Knights, $2.05 to the Titans, $1.77. 12 v 7th, I said that. Tough game to pick because Titans were great. They did enough to beat the Eels. They've shown signs of that they can make the top 8. Newcastle, on the other hand, fresh off the bye. We know the record with the bye that most teams do well off the bye. To Newcastle, mind you. If this was at Seabus, I'm easily going the Titans, but this is in Newcastle. Sunday afternoon, there'll be a big crowd in Newcastle. You'd probably think this is a no-brainer, but it's not. I'll go the Titans. Go to Titans, backing up after their last... There's 1-2 on the trot, so they've got some confidence. They're in the 8. But it's a game where Newcastle... I can see Newcastle winning. But I'll stick with the Titans. I think they'll... Not confident, actually. But I'll go to Titans as the safe option. But I can know for a fact that Newcastle will turn up Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock, friendly time slot. There'll be a big crowd there at McDonald Jones Stadium. But I just don't think... Titans will move on. And lastly, Manly Seagulls up against the Cronulla Sharks, 10 v 4. Manly 260 to the Sharks, $1.50. Both teams were disappointing at Magic Round. Oh, another tough game. You probably have to go. You had to go the Sharks, but again, both teams want to bounce back. I'm tipping the Sharkies though. 1-12. They're all going to be 1-12 this week, but a really tight game. Go to Sharks. Alright, that's it guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you're new around here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on TikTok, follow me at Hainsey_YT on YouTube. I've said that. Oh my god, I've said that twice now. We'll keep rolling. TikTok and Instagram, Hainsey_YT. Follow my page on TikTok and YouTube as well, Chookpen TV. Thank you so much for watching guys. We're currently at 882 subscribers, so we are 118 from the milestone. So let's keep rolling. Let's get there. by the end of the year, it'll be muchly appreciated. Alright guys, we're getting out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, it's goodbye for now.